Yo, what is up everybody, and welcome back to another NBA 2K17 Pro-Am game. This team starts off with an emphatic missed dunk and a missed shot right afterwards, as this Arizona Wildcat squad with about a 50% win record is our opponent today. As we try to throw the lob inside to Josh, that's going to end up being a well-deserved turnover, but this time we connect with our shooting guard and he slams it home. So Josh and I are running the guard spots today for our team. We got Bees at the 3 with his sharpshooter. Walsh is at the 4 with his small forward sharpshooter, so we are running a small lineup today and we'll see how that works out. And then we have Jay at the 5 spot with a glass cleaning center, and Jay's a guy that you guys have not seen before. We just started recently running with him just because, you know, we needed a new guy on the team, just someone who was available to run with us. Since, as you guys probably noticed, that, you know, that lineup that I like to call it, myself, Josh, Michael, Brian, and Walsh, the original 5 that we ran Pro-Am with a lot. As we go inside to Josh again, we haven't really found the court together in a while. We haven't really gotten available at the same time in quite a while, so you know, we need a couple extra bodies to fill in there. Beast has always been around, and now we got Jay. We have Skomo that runs with us every once in a while, as you see Walsh trying to create something off the dribble right here. And Jay's got a couple of players. He got this center, he's got a slashing guard, he's just started making a shot creator. He's got a bunch of different players. He's like a Josh Light with the amount of players he's got. You guys know a couple of times the amount of times I mentioned how many my players Josh has, and for a while now Josh has been running with this slasher. It's a player he's comfortable with, and he, you know, has almost mastered the art of playing with the slash. And you guys see early on, he's carrying the scoring load, attacking the rim relentlessly as they're trying to get something going. That is an ill-advised 3, and that's going to get us a rebound via Jay. We're running, we're looking, there's Josh inside with the alley-oop. And even though this team is keeping up right now, I like the way we're playing offensively. That wasn't really a good shot inside by Jay, as they're trying to run, they're trying to gun, but they have to slow it down. But no one steps up on the shooter right here, and that's going to be a 3 that cashes home. And the thing is, despite the way I feel like we're playing offensively, which is pretty good, you know, we got to work on the defensive side of the ball if we are going to win this game, because, you know, I feel like we're giving up a couple of, you know, we're not making them earn these points as much as we should. That's a good defensive possession right there. And look at Walsh inside. Like I said, we're running an undersized lineup, but Walsh at the power forward position with this sharpshooting guy is not something I'm uncomfortable with. Josh is attacking the rim right now, time and time again, just getting bucket after bucket. They need to find an answer for my man, or else they're going to lose this game as they go in with a dunk. But yeah, for Walsh being undersized, he just, I don't know, he just is really gritty inside there. He just knows how to, you know, play the paint inside there, how to get good positioning. And he's also very good at getting rebounds no matter what kind of player he plays with, as they get a slam dunk via their point guard. So, you know, we can run this lineup and be comfortable with it. Now, we're still going to have to rely on Jay to get majority of the rebounds and majority of the stops inside, as we can't get one inside right there. But, and, you know, maybe that does put us at a little bit of a disadvantage for the most part. We take that pull-up jumper wide open and get it to go. But we're just going to hope that Walsh can answer whatever 2s they get inside with a 3 on the outside, since, you know, he does have that ability. As that's a bad shot. He is boxing out inside right there, trying to help out Jay. He does get the board. We're running. We have the mid, but Walsh is wide open in the corner. That's a shot I'll take any day, but he somehow misses it. But look at Josh inside. There are 4 bodies. Do not ask me how our like 6'3" or 6'4" shooting guard ended up getting that board, as we play some nice help defense right there. That's going to force the miss. You see Jay attacking the glass right now, but this is not going to be our best shot right here. Should have taken a 3, a little bit too indecisive right there with, you know, all the open space we had, and ended up taking that bad miss. They get the board. There's Bees stepping back and getting it to go. Haven't seen too much of Bees so far, but you guys know if it's a close game, we're going to be looking at Bees in that 4th quarter, because he's suddenly become, you know, one of those guys in the 4th that can just create, just with that, even though he's a sharpshooter, create off the dribble, you know, to have a nice flow to his game, to where, you know, he's not always dribbling aimlessly inside. He's always dribbling with a plan. That's something that you want as they go inside. And I don't know how they got that bucket to go with the redhead guy. That was good defense. We had good positioning, but that just happens sometimes. So it's a 4-point game right now. We do have the lead, and we're about to make it a 6-point lead here. We are playing a little bit better defensively in this 2nd quarter, but we fall asleep close to the buzzer, and this point guard ends up getting a dunk inside. That's something you really don't see at the end of the quarters like that. They just throw it inside the point guard. That was a really well-designed play by them right there. Caught us sleeping, and we go into halftime. You guys see one of the things we definitely have to work on is our turnover rate, because there's a couple of turnovers in there that really were unforced errors. A couple of full court passes by Jay. You guys saw that full court, or that random alley-oop by me that ended up being a turnover that was uncalled for. So we just got to take that out of our game right now, and I feel like with the way we're playing on both sides of the ball, as long as we do that, you know, we can hang on for the victory as they spot up from way downtown, and that's predictably not going to go down. That guy made it. You know, hats off to him. He definitely could have taken a step inside because he was open as Josh. Just going inside every single time with this slasher. You know what the slasher wants to do, but, you know, he's mixing it up. He's not just trying to slam dunk it every single time. You'll see he'll take a floater every once in a while. He'll take the dunk, whatever it may be. Just a contact layup. Like I said, he's almost mastered the art of playing with this slasher. And with all the archetype of players he's made, this is just his best guy right now. Josh is one of those guys. I mentioned last time when I played with the TMM, and Rap was one of those guys that's just good at the game, and he can get buckets in whatever way necessary. Josh is one of those guys for us where, you know, whatever we need him to do, he'll do it, as that is going to be a foul and over the back that sends him to the free throw line. We're in the bonus with 2 minutes to go, and it's starting to bite us a little bit. We're trying to reach in on the power forward right there. He ends up hanging onto the ball and drawing the foul, so that's 2 more free throws for them. They're going to go inside here, but good rotation by Jay, and you just got to live with that shot right there. Jay did what he could, got back on his center. Even we got back on his center. We got a good shot D on that somehow, and still winning. But this is what you cannot allow. Wide open threes, and this is something they started doing a lot starting late in the third quarter, where they ran 2 high screens at the top of the key, and it just really confused our defense. It took us a while to adjust. It took us a while to communicate right there, and, you know, that's one thing with us. You know, every single time I run a Pro-Am video nowadays, you guys will see we never really run the same lineup twice. We're always running different guys out there, and one of the things that can happen is communication problems. Not a little bit offensively, but more so defensively. You see, I really wanted to pass that inside, but instead I get this really dumb animation. That's just in the game this year, where you Euro step out of bounds and get a turnover. Try to get that inside. You guys could see I had my icons on and everything, but they gave me that animation instead. But here we go once again. That was more of my fault right there. Walsh picked up my guy, but it's just, you know, we just don't have the communication right now with this 5 lineup of knowing what everyone wants to do on the court, how much everybody helps on screens and all that, and it really started eating at us in the end of this third quarter. That jumper is going to put us down by 6. And this was the game I said that I felt like we had control of at halftime, and we just lost it on the defensive end. And now, you know, that jumper is going to cut the lead down a little bit. But here we go, end of the third quarter. They're trying to get inside in. You know, along with the fact that we had a couple of miscues, they were going to the free throw line a lot, as we're taking the half-court shot at the end of the third. That is no good. So we got to adjust in the fourth quarter, and that's a great play right there. They try to swing that one outside. That's a play that worked before, but that time Josh was right on the money, forces a bad shot. We put up a good shot, but do not get a good release. That was not too great by Jay right there. Definitely could have used the extra kick out, and instead the point guard is out, throwing it down, and now we're down by 8. So defensively, we got to figure it out. Now we got to figure out how to close this game offensively, and you know who is ready to close the game out if we need him. Gunner Bees pulling up the 3, getting it to go, but right back on the other end. Once again, just miscommunications on that side of the ball might just end up eating us alive. Bees again, though. They're going to get 2s. Bees plans on getting 3s every single time. It looks like lead down the 4, needing a stop. This is good defense. That's a bad shot, and it rolls off the rim. Jay with the rebound, looking up ahead. Don't want to force the pass, but we do penetrate inside, finding Jay. The man who gets the board also gets the point, and now we got them on their back heels, and they're falling apart under the pressure. A turnover, sprinting out of bounds, a chance to take the lead in this possession. Here comes Bees attacking, but they close out nicely. Here we go with the ball, just gonna slowly walk inside right there. Got a nice pace to the game, and just gonna patiently find our man. Even though it's the fourth quarter, cannot panic, gotta play at our own pace, and that's something that we definitely did in that possession. Trying to get that reach right there, trying to get that steal, but we end up getting our 4th foul. Gotta be careful a little bit in this game. Under 3 minutes to go. They're trying to attack inside with the center. Driving layup, gets it to go. Just a good shot right there. It's good defense, better offense. Bees with the ball. We want Bees to not just shoot, but create. Bang! Walsh from outside, gonna give us the lead. And that's one thing, man. Bees isn't just shooting the ball. He's just helping run the offense. He saw us find us with the ball. We were able to attack. Now Walsh wide open for 3. They're trying to run a little crisscross. That's not gonna work, and it's gonna result in an offensive 3. The paint was locked up nonetheless. Now we get the ball back with this 1-point lead, with our defense playing great, looking for Bees. That That's a 3. Bang! Look at B shine once again in the fourth quarter. He's the guy that we're definitely looking to get involved, but we got to keep on feeding Josh as well as he tacks inside because Josh hasn't really missed yet, man. We got to keep on giving him the ball as well. So as long as we lean on Josh, lean on Bees, I think we have the formula to win this game, but now they're starting to change up the game plan. Now that we stop the high screens outside, they're trying to just go inside and play bully ball as they were going to find Josh inside. And he's able to draw the foul, attacking to the rim. He makes both free throws. It's a 6-point game with a minute to go. What a block by Jay. The new guy making a big play in the clutch. Oh, that was not a smart play trying to throw us the lob. I panicked, tried to get that out there. And thankfully, it's still going to be our ball, but there is only 1 second left. Jay with the inbound this time doesn't open, but somehow finds us, and we get that one off with just a second to go. It looked like it was close to being a shot clock violation, but we got ourselves an 8-point lead. Just the one allowed a 3. There's the 3, and it goes in. That's the one thing you cannot give up in these kind of games. But now at this point, they practically have to foul because we can chew up a lot of clock. So they do foul us. We do go to the line. We got ourselves like a 99 free throw, so we're going to make both of those. He goes inside. We're okay with that, but we cannot and one foul them. If he wants to dunk it, that's all good, but we cannot give up that and one right there, but he does miss the free throw, and that's very costly. We're going to throw it up ahead to Josh right here. Once again, they got to foul in this situation. Down by 5. Walsh pulls the 3 though and gets it to go. Look, man, if you're going to take a shot like that when you're up at the end of the game, you better make it. And Walsh hit it right there. Like, you're gonna pull that one up, because if it doesn't go, then all of a sudden we find ourselves in a dogfight. But it does go down, and it ends up being the dagger, as this is gonna end the game. It's a miss by Bees, but the clock's going to expire on them, and we pull out the victory. Tough road game today. Found ourselves down late in the fourth quarter, but you guys know who stepped up once again. It was Bees, not just shooting, but playmaking. We got a couple of assists ourselves. I believe we got like 5 assists in the fourth quarter, finding the open man, whoever it was, facilitating the ball, and that's what it took, man. Teamwork to win the game. And even though we did have miscommunication problems in that third quarter, we figured it out at the end and clutched out the victory. So leave a like in the video if you guys enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys next time.